It's always, I say this all the time, whether it's this show or the radio show. I love these days when one of us, one of our team comes back from a vacation or an adventure. Falen just returned from a week, in one of our favorite places, Hawaii, and has stories.
I do have some good ones. Okay, so we went to Maui. And one of the things that I've been into the past few years is our family goes to a lot of national parks. So I saw they had Haleakalā National Park there. So I wanted to go. And one of the things you can do is you can do the sunrise above the clouds. So you go up like 10,000 feet and the sunrise actually comes up over the clouds and it's beautiful. So you go and you wait, and some days it's even cloudier. So like this is what you're literally, that's me standing and the clouds are like below me. And then Jake got this beautiful photo, and they have, and I don't want to say this wrong, but one of the park rangers comes out and does like the sunrise chant. And it's in the native language, and it's beautiful as you watch the sun come up. So it was, and everyone's like, why are you, that was before it came up, the stars, because it was just obviously just stunning. But everyone was like, why are you in a coat and a hat in Hawaii? I was like, because you're 10,000 feet up, it's 3 a.m. It was so windy and very cold. And so I read all the things in advance to make sure, you know, you're prepared for that. But that was like probably the top highlight of the trip for us. And that's one of those things, if you ever do it, you have to like make a reservation in advance to get there and everything.
Up so early.
3 a.m. was our wake up time to get there. Yeah.
And then, okay, so then you did, and I knew about this because the road to Hana, if you go to Maui, it's one of the things to do.
It's basically a million gazillion quick turns and single lane bridges, and it takes you typically at least 10 hours. It can go longer. It took us 10 hours, so we left at 6 a.m. for that. This was a chicken or rooster, whatever it is, and it tried to attack my entire family. That was a beautiful start to our day. And then you stop at various places along the way. So here's an example of the constant turns you make. They're very narrow. This is a rainbow eucalyptus tree, which they have a grove of those. I had never seen or heard of these. And it was just stunning the entire trip. But Jason and I, we talked about this. This is the black sand beach in the state park. I did get, in the red sand beach was my favorite. I did get quite sick on the way back and had to take a Dramamine so I would not get sick. And we did do this hike to Pipiwa Falls, I believe is how it's pronounced.
I think you're right, yeah.
And here are some photos. Again, it's really great to bring a husband along that has a professional camera.
Yes.
So if you go to Hawaii, just make sure,
Jake.
Bring my husband with you.
Okay, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
That's beautiful. I didn't know about this because I was so proud of you. You really kind of stayed off your phone, so you didn't text a lot, you know. But I did hear you almost died in a wave.
Thank you for asking, Jason. This is the moment I've been waiting for, to share my near-death experience when the ocean. I am not like Moana. The ocean is not my friend, as it turns out. I wasn't even deep out, guys. I want you to know I was like waist level. Day one, had my little hat, my new Amazon sunglasses on. I was real high. That's my mom, by the way. And out of nowhere, you know how like the wave comes up and you do the thing where you try to jump, you know, so it doesn't crash. The ocean was out for me, guys. It felt like it was on purpose. This was intense. It took me out. I start flipping underwater aggressively, skin my knee. My boobs come out of my top, okay? Now I am out there with my stepson, so I didn't even think about my hat or sunglasses. My only goal was to not traumatize my stepson.
Yeah.
So I am underwater flailing, trying to put my body back into my bathing suit. Yes, I'm like, please go back in. I don't want to ruin his life. So I get him back in and I stand up. My knee, like the skin is off of it. And Dylan, by the way, the wave didn't affect him. And I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, I'll get my hat and stuff. Hat, sunglasses are gone. There's a dolphin out there somewhere. Very cool, very chill, like looking great. And I was like, Dylan, it didn't even take you out. You didn't even put a hand out for me. He's like, yeah, I mean, I figured you were fine. I was like, okay.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Teenager.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so a near-death experience. No, it wasn't, but I will pretend like it was.
I wondered, you had posted a photo and you said, this was the last time I wore these sunglasses or hat. I'm like, what happened to her?
It was an in memoriam to the beautiful hat I got in Door County, Wisconsin, and my sunglasses from Amazon, brand new for the trip, gone day one.
It's not always it's not always an easy trajectory that you realize years and years into a marriage. that you're more and more attracted to your husband, you realized on this trip that somehow your husband was getting hotter.
He was. He did a shirtless hike, and I was like, what's happening? When did you get this body? So anyway, let's just say Jake has been really heavy into the gym since like January, and I noticed. And I was
paid off.
It's paid off.
Yeah.
If you zoomed in on this photo right here, you would see the hot bod. And
which I won't say, but a member of our staff did pinch and zoom into that photo, but yeah. We'll let the audience do it in a little bit too.
It looks so good. It looks so good, yeah.
Okay, I want to spend the last minute before we get the wrap. God bless you. You had a horrible return.
Yeah, hard to complain after a beautiful trip like that. But we were flying from Maui, layover in Dallas to Minneapolis. So we're getting close to Dallas, and they're like, okay, it's bad weather. We have to go to Houston. So we sat on the runway in Houston for 3 hours. Then they brought us inside, one gate agent working for hundreds of people. I quickly canceled our trip because there were no other flights out except for that night that only would have taken us to Dallas. We rented a car, drove to Austin, took a flight to Detroit, where the flight was delayed for an hour because of a drunk passenger. So they were like, you're not going to make your connecting flight. They're like, you're not going to make your connecting flight now to Minneapolis. We get close to Detroit, and it shows like a 5-minute delay, and I was like, Jake, just run. He was up further on the plane. He ran through the airport, took a tram, got there in time to say, like, can you wait like a second? I ran with all of 5-year-old. My parents' secondhand smoke lung came up. I was coughing the whole plane ride, but we got it. We were supposed to get in at 9 a.m. We got in at like midnight. And we got our luggage back yesterday, which was great. So we got it a day later, but it was chaotic.
You were supposed to get in at 9, but you ended up getting back to home at midnight without your luggage.
Yes, but my mom had it a lot worse. Because she was going home to Louisville to visit my grandma who had surgery, and she did not get home until yesterday. She sat on the airplane. They tried to get them on the same airplane out of Houston, sat on the runway for 6 more hours, and the plane had another mechanical issue.
Oh my goodness.
It was awful.
I am thrilled you're back.
Me too.
I miss you. Yeah. Aaron,
we made it. Aaron's amazing.
Aaron did a fabulous job last week. Yeah, she's the best. Be sure to follow Falen for more pictures. Just search for Falen on air on all the socials. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. That poor Deb. I didn't know that aspect of it.
Yeah, so when we